guys, Brian here, Stogie Review, IPCPR 2018. We are here in the Altadis booth. We are talking with Travis. He's going to lead us through what is new with Altadis this year. I think we're starting off with the Romeo y Julieta. What's happening here?
Well, we're excited to bring out a new Romeo 1875. I think we all know the traditional Romeo 1875, the original, like the Bully and the Cedar Deluxe No. 2. But we realize that there's more to it than just that one cigar. So we brought a new one out, the Romeo 1875 Nicaragua. Now it's kind of based off of the original styling, but going with a Nicaraguan Puro. Now in Nicaragua, there's 4 major growing regions that we can get tobacco from, and they all have great stories and great qualities about them that we wanted to bring into this cigar. So it's using tobacco, it's all Habano, all coming from Nicaragua, price pointed, almost identical to the originals. If you enjoy those Romeo 1875 originals, this is the next transitional cigar that'll bump you up just a little bit in body to be that almost medium body, but not quite. The flavor, it's all that Nicaragua, but not just pepper notes that come from the Esteli tobacco.
Okay.
Esteli is known for their real harsh, I shouldn't say harsh, because it's got that delicious
intense and
peppery
potent,
notes,
yeah.
The intensity, the strength behind it. But there's also jalapa with that nice leather notes and nutty notes. The Condega, which comes in with a real true nuttiness and smooth texture qualities coming from the lowlands, a little bit lower in elevation. So we brought all this together to bring that nice, well-rounded Romeo 1875. These should be available right around that August-September time frame in your stores around that mid-September.
And did you say you have just the 3 sizes, or
actually there is a 4th one?
There's a 4th one?
Yeah, there's a short Magnum that's out there that we didn't have out available for the show.
Okay.
As the show comes, we all got to rush to get them out, but we wanted to bring a few of them out to at least everybody see them and try them at the show here today.
Okay, what are we looking at next?
Next, we're going to go ahead and go to the aging room.
All right, what are we looking at here? Aging room, Pura Cepa.
The aging room Pura Cepa. The Pura Cepa really means purebred. It's a purebred, 100% Nicaraguan tobacco with a really fun story. The gentleman who put this cigar together, Mr. Rafael Nodal, has put together cigars that have always been in the 90 ratings. I mean, he really puts a lot of intensity and a lot of thought into what he does in his cigars. This one is kind of the culmination of all of them. This cigar, he never smoked. When we were putting this cigar together, he never smoked one of them. He never smoked it the whole time during the development. What he did was he had people smoke it around him. He wanted to emulate and duplicate the odor and the aroma of the cigar his grandfather smoked when he was a young boy in Cuba. So he smoked it, people smoked it around him, and he smoked that aroma, smelled that aroma, and finally came up with one that said yes. Well, the flavor, which we all enjoy, that was put together through the Plasencia family. Plasencia has been doing tobacco in their family for 153 years.
Yeah.
So they created a cigar that not only had the aroma that he was looking for, but had the true flavor that was out there. This is one of those cigars that has a real big complexity. It has a lot of really nuances in an elegant form. Price point, we're looking right around that $12 price point, and what you're getting, I think, is well worth it.
Very cool. When will we see these in stores?
These should be at the end of September.
End of September.
Yeah. If you're lucky, now it's all on importation. We might actually see that in the beginning of August.
Okay.
So
it depends on how soon we can get
it depends
them
on the trailering and when we can get it into the country, but they are ready to go and have been. They've been sitting and resting at this point, just waiting for the right time to bring them out.
Cool.
These are going to be available in 3 sizes too, so you don't have to go with the big Churchill. You can always go with that smaller Robusto. But I think the Toro, out of the 3, had the best favorite combination and the ability to really enjoy it all the way through to the finished end, to where it really became sweet and delicious.
All right.
Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Clay Rustic Cheroot.
All right.
Fun little cigar that I think you're going to really enjoy.
All right. Now we're looking at the Clay Rustic Cheroot.
Yes. Excited for this one. These are out on the market now, and this is a cigar that's available in 1 size. We look at the Clay Rustic Cheroot. It's a little cheroot, just like most others, little 38 by 4.5. One thing about this, though, there's a story that really creates and makes this cigar fun. This is using tobacco called Capadura, coming from the Medio Tiempo section, right above the Lajero. When we harvest the plant, 18 to 23 leaves, we harvest those off, the root ball brings in enough nutrients for those leaves, but they're missing. They're going to go to 2 little leaves that pop out of the top and protect the flower as it starts to turn into a flower. Those little leaves are there. Well, now they're getting all these nutrients from the plant, and we leave them on there. It's something we normally don't harvest. Normally the farm workers go out and harvest those leaves, cure them, ferment them, and turn them into little cigarillos for themselves. We saw that potential and the strength and the power behind it, but yet the elegance and the fun of using Dominican tobaccos. So we're putting those in here called Capadura. Now this little cigar is more of a convenience-y cigar. I love it because you can don't need a cutter. You can carry this in your pocket. You need a cigar, you want in time to enjoy one. Pinch, twist, now I've got the cigar available. You don't have to carry a big lighter. You can carry a single match because it's got that nice little unfinished foot where it'll light quick and easy for you. A little 30-minute smoke, but it's got that strength and the power that we enjoy today.
Very cool.
Yeah,
so what are these going to run in terms of retail?
I think they should be around that $6 price point,
About $6.
but they're actually going to be at $4.25.
Oh, really? Okay.
$4.25 for this little rustic cheroot, little tiny guy that I personally have been mowing the yard with. I mow the yard, I'm smoking this. I think it's a great stick for that because it's got the strength and good flavor profile that I still enjoy even though I'm doing yard work.
And how soon are we seeing these? Is it about the same time as the other ones, or is
You're actually seeing them in the market right now.
Yeah. Oh, they are in the market right now.
They are shipping
okay.
at this point. Luckily, we were able to start shipping them before the show.
Okay,
so.
I hadn't actually seen them yet, so very cool.
Yeah, we're just starting to get them shipped out, so you'll start seeing them in the stores real soon.
Very cool. Very cool. We'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Great little cigar, but I think next, let's bring it up a little bit and talk about Montecristo, Nicaragua.
All right, it's a deal. Let's do that.
All right.
So what do we have here? We've got the Nicaraguan series, the Montecristo Nicaraguan series.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The Montecristo Nicaragua series is an exciting project we're doing with the AJ Fernandez family, and we all know AJ Fernandez does a great job putting blends together. What he did was he had some tobacco set aside for himself that he was going to use in a 2021 cigar. But then we proposed coming out with a cigar that not only just talks about Nicaragua, but it goes in the series Montecristo Classic, Montecristo White, Montecristo Platinum, and now Montecristo Nicaragua, to kind of continue the series of not only colors but those countries where we're getting our tobaccos and our wrappers from. So AJ put this together using tobacco that he had from his own personal stock to be able to create a luxurious and very elegant cigar that really matches what Montecristo is. 100% Nicaraguan tobacco. These should be available right around that September 10th. I believe is when we're going to have that in the warehouse, be able to get that out, depending on the trucks that come through and getting them into the country, of course.
Sure.
But coming from Nicaragua, as we all know, it can be kind of difficult. So hopefully everything goes smooth. We are able to get those in on a regular basis because of the connections that AJ Fernandez and the Plasencia family have with the country. They all respect what they do as a family, so they are able to get some of those out pretty easily.
It does probably help. So what are we looking at in terms of retail for these?
Retail, these are going to be around that $13, $14 price
13
point.
or 14?
Very affordable for a Montecristo. They're right in line with the, like I say, the classic and the white and the platinum series, just to kind of continue that pricing and that style of cigar to get that next level up in that brand. Very cool. To kind of continue that, we can go into the Montecristo Platinum series.
Oh yeah.
Traditional Montecristo Platinum series, we designed. Let's see if I can get one out. Montecristo Platinum Tube Limited. Montecristo Platinum Tube Limited Edition. Cigar, they're your traditional Robusto size. Same cigar that we've always had. Not only protected with the tube, we've also got them in a cello. Available around $10 a stick. These should be available for that Christmas season, comes later this fall. And retail wise, I think they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 sticks, $150 for the box. Great little retail for a cigar for the Christmas season.
Something to look for a Christmas present.
Absolutely, and these are a limited edition series that just has a really nice fun. Aluminum casing that could be used as a humidor because they do seal up pretty dang tight.
Oh, does it? Okay.
I'm not saying that's what they're designed for, but I think I could use that as a design. You know, putting some cigars in, giving it to a friend, you could put a little humidity, they would be controlled. Something like that.
You could put a little pack in there. Yeah,
absolutely. Bovita's great. You know, we love them. We use Bovita's just about everything.
Extremely convenient. So we have a few other things over here.
We do. We've got a limited edition. You all may remember Montecristo Stogie.
Yes.
The Espada series, the limited edition Stogie, about 2 years ago. Well, we kind of, I don't want to say we deceived you, but we did have that as a limited run, but we had more cigars available. Plasencia went ahead and put those cigars away and aged them another 2 years under his tight control in his humidor down in Nicaragua. So these are the exact same cigar that we had before, but now they're 2 years older, which means the nicotine level or the body level has come down just slightly, but the flavor has increased because they've now had time to rest and meld together. So these are the original Stogie, but 2 years older at that same price point they were before.
Okay, so you're not paying an extra premium on top of it for the aging time.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure you all had the same cigar reasonable price. That is a phenomenal stick.
So speaking of the price, I don't recall what they were.
I believe they're $12.95.
$12.95
on normal retail MSRP.
Okay.
So very reasonable for the price for what you're getting. I've actually bought boxes of them, and I work for the company. But I bought, because I can't get the limited editions, but I'm willing to buy them because I thought they were good enough to put on my humidor in my own private stock. So
it's a strong testimonial. Buying your own product at retail price, right? So yeah, that's.
And there's one other cigar that I'm willing to buy, and I bought last 3 years, and I've got one on order. Believe it or not, 100 box of 100 cigars. Montecristo, Grupo de Maestros.
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Let's go over and talk about that one. That's right over here.
Okay. All right, so, this Grupo de Maestros, yes?
Yeah, like I was just saying, the Montecristo Grupo de Maestros. This is one that I fell in love with at the beginning of the series. It was a cigar that the Grupo de Maestros put together for themselves that represented who they are as master blenders, not only from the Dominican Republic and here in the U.S., but also Honduras. So we compile them all together in what they all felt was just a great testimonial of tobaccos that are available today. So this one, the final, if you think of a movie, you always have the great movie at the beginning, then you have another one that follows up, the third, but your post one, the fourth one, the final, this is the final one we're doing in the series of 4. It was always decided to be only a 4-part series. This is probably the greatest movie or the greatest cigar of that series that we put out. I'm on that tasting team, and I've tasted the cigar before it became out. That's why I've got one on order. It is just a delicious cigar, and I can't wait to get it in. Price point, you're going to be right around that $18.95.
Okay.
Box of 100, and they do come in the traditional box. This is the tray that these sit in is the box that we age our cigars in down in the Dominican factory. We took that box and just added a couple of sleeves, put a lid on it that was made from one of the old boxes, but this is what we use in the factory. So you guys can look at it. If you buy one, this is what we're going to have. Some guys will buy a box of 100 of these. I've had people do it.
The final product, will it have that kind of a glass or plexiglass front on it?
It will.
Okay.
It will.
So you can see the foot of all the cigars when you're looking at it. Okay.
Absolutely, and they are sleeved Dominican Puro, 100% Dominican tobaccos. So it is a representation of that Dominican culture and what they can do. And people think Dominican tobacco, you think mild, creamy, soft.
Yeah.
This will really put your eyes out that the Lajero section of some tobaccos, like your Piloticos and your Loros, can really give you some of that powerhouse behind it with elegance and style.
It's very nice. And the box is numbered. That's box 1 of 500.
It is. It's box
Did you buy that one?
I did not. I've never gotten that one. I'm not that lucky. But I am fortunate enough to be able to just get one and keep it, because it's one that I only put cigars in my humidor that I really feel compelled to really have that age. And this can hold age. I can hold this for years, and it would not lose a lot of that elegance behind it.
So when are we looking at seeing those in the
These are going to be released at the end of August, 1st of September is where our release date should be on that, barring any problems getting into the country.
Very cool.
Same thing, same date with our Montecristo Artisan Series.
Batch 3.
Yes. They're, again, final in the series of the Artisan. The Artisan was always just going to be a batch 3. The box, we did change the box style. We wanted to go more of that traditional as the final burn. Dominican Puro, using Dominican tobaccos from all over that growing region, the Cubao Valley. We're not just using a lot of from one. We want to diversify and really taste the tobaccos. It's taken us 3 years to put this one together. Like a movie, like the Montecristo, this one is going to be a powerhouse. It's going to have some big flavor, what people are looking for today. I find a lot of people say they want big cigars, like big, bold. A lot of times they think they're talking about the power behind or the strength, when they're actually talking about the flavor. This is going to fulfill that big body with that big flavor. It's got a great big flavor to it.
And that the retail price for that's going to run
$19.95.
$19.95.
Yep.
And is it going to come out around the same time as the Grupo de Maestros?
It should. They should come in on the same container that we're bringing into the country, and then once they temper in our warehouse, we want to make sure that they're good. Then we'll ship them out. So it should be the end of August, 1st September.
Is that a 12-count box? Is that what that is?
20.
20. Is that 20? Okay. It looked really slim to me.
Or 24, I think.
Is it 24?
I think it's a 24. Yes.
Okay, 24. Great. So we got 124. All right. We have anything else we need to look at?
You know, I think we've all heard of Onyx, right?
We have heard of Onyx.
You know, let me show you something we're doing with Onyx. Follow me.
Okay, this looks a little familiar, but a little different.
Absolutely. We all know Onyx. Dominican, that nice Connecticut broadleaf. Always been the same cigar. Over the years, we watched it go from a full body 20 years ago to now notice as a mild to medium body cigar, we really wanted to take this one and give it some new life. So we took the exact same cigar. It's always been the same blend. It's just the way people are, what the cigars are looking for has changed to those fuller bodied notes. This cigar has not changed. So that's why that milder cigar comes into play. But we took this same box and we wanted to give it a refresh. Something that shows what this cigar is. It's elegant, it's got a lot of style to it, but that Onyx, same name, different branding. Just got a new look to it.
New look.
Yes, exciting about that. And then down here, if you haven't seen, we do have the Trinidad Santiago. You do a good job at that.
Yeah, I've done it a few times now.
Oh, that's beautiful. The Trinidad Santiago is a project that Rafael Nodal did when he first came to work for our company. He's actually in blend development. He helps us design and build new cigars now with our Grupo de Maestros. This was his first project called the Trinidad Santiago. It's a Dominican Puro that comes across as a medium plus bodied cigar that I just find really delicious, especially in that Robusto size, 48 by 5. Great little stick.
This sort of rounded presentation of the box. And I was looking at it, it's like it almost looks like a movie set, like if you buy a trilogy of some movie, they come in like tin sets like this or something like that.
Okay,
there's a nice look to it.
Yeah, that's one that I'm really excited about because when I travel, and I travel a lot, this is one that I keep in my bag pretty consistently, especially the Robusto, because it's smaller, but it's got that powerhouse, that flavor that just yeah, I'm here, I'm alive.
So what are we looking at in terms of price?
Price-wise, we're looking at that $8.95 to $9.95 range.
And it's going to be coming out pretty soon, or
actually it's been out.
Oh, so it has been out.
It's been out for a couple months, and you should find it in your retailers. If not, ask for it.
I thought it might have been, but I wasn't sure about it.
Yeah. And that was his first project with us, and we're real excited about that one.
Very cool. You want to look at any of these other ones here? Or?
If you'd like, yeah. Down here we've got the Vega Fina Nicaragua. That's been out for a couple of years, 2-3 years. 2 to 3 years. That's one that was our first kind of transition into the Nicaraguan market when the Nicaraguan cigars first started to come into play, and we really wanted to jump on board with that. So we went with the Plasencia, and he helped us create that one. And then we got the Vega Fina Simoom. This is the same Simoom that we've had, I think it's going on 6 years now. Same cigar, same blend, still available. A lot of these have been aged for at least 2 to 3 years. Okay,
I didn't realize. I thought this might have been gone off the market for a little while. So
yeah,
no, it's still around. Okay,
exciting still cigar. You'll find it in a few retailers, but I find it's great for the stick. I enjoy when I have this one. I'm usually doing something on my own, sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying the cigar for myself, not amongst friends, which is fun. But there are times when I just like to sit back and just enjoy the flavor, and that's what the Simoom is. Simoom really just means mountaintop.
Oh, okay.
It's the pinnacle of the
like
highest.
summit, almost.
Exactly.
Yeah, Simoom.
Exactly. And that's what they kind of designed this one to be, is that upper tier in the Vega Fina line.
Great. Well, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us. Is there anything we missed? Anything else you want to cover?
I have one more that's very exciting. Do? Yes.
Just when I thought it was all over.
I didn't want to. I wanted to tease you a little bit.
Okay, all right.
There's a couple of brothers that created some cigars back in 1844.
All right.
Well, we've got a new one out of that too.
Oh, so you do? Okay. Yeah, let's go check that out. I think I've heard of these brothers you were referring to earlier. So tell us about what we're looking at here.
A couple of brothers created some cigars they were bankers, wanted to create a cigar for their high-end clients. Well, their names happen to be Henry, Upmann. Right? We all know the H. Upmann brand. It's been around since 1844. It's the second oldest that we have in our portfolio. And I might ask you, do you know what the oldest one is?
I don't.
1834, Puerto Larrañaga.
Okay, all right.
Oldest brand that I think, I haven't done the research, so don't quote me on this. If you can, write in and let us know. But I think the Puerto Larrañaga is the oldest one that is still in existence in production.
Okay.
So that's out and available. But the Henry Clay, 1844. This is a new exciting project that we did just to back the H. Upmann AJ Fernandez that we did. That's gotten really good reviews. It's got a lot of distribution. People are really loving what we've done with that one. So we wanted to follow that up with a yellow box Connecticut. Now, if you take a look at this cigar, not only is the wrapper on this is a lot darker, but if you look at the cap.
Oh, it's like a Maduro cap or something.
Throw a little bit of a twist into it. But the wrapper on this, as most people know, Connecticut's are typically pretty blonde. They're pretty light in color. Well, this one's coming from a higher priming, and it's got a lot more age on it to be able to thin it down enough for that wrapper to be able to stretch over and be pliable enough to stretch while you're smoking it. So this is a upper priming wrapper that has a lot more oils, has a lot more nutrients, has a lot more flavor to it. When you think about priming, it's tobacco leaf. You get the bottom, you do the first priming, 3 to 5 days later, do the second priming. You take 2 or 3 leaves off each time.
Sure.
Well, that rooting system that's in the ground still brings in the same amount of nutrients, but it's got less leaves every time. That's why your upper section, like your Ligero and your Medio Tiempo, have so much flavors, because all those nutrients for 2/3 of the plant are still being compacted every time you go up.
Still
so that's why this one, being the next level up in the priming level from normal wrapper, has that more oils and has more texture to it when it comes to what you're getting in flavor down the road.
Very cool. So what are we looking at in terms of price for this?
Price, you're looking right around that $9 price point for
Nice,
these.
solid.
Available in 3 sizes right now. We may option to a 4th down the road. We want to see how it does and how people enjoy it. But this is one of my ones that I've been smoking first thing this morning, the whole show. I grabbed this one because it's just got that good textured feel. I did it with a cup of coffee, black, paired up great. I thought it might be too light, but actually the strength level is more that medium body, maybe medium plus depending on the palate, how sensitive you are. But I find it to be a solid medium with a good cup of coffee, just black. It paired up really nicely, which is surprising to see on a Connecticut. But that darkness in the Nicaraguan tobacco that we're putting in there really pairs up nice.
That would definitely help it out. So are we going to look for seeing this in around that August, September time?
You're exactly right, window? That's going to be more that mid-August to almost mid-September.
Okay.
We're just in the final phase of putting the boxes together, so it actually might be that close to that September time frame. But it will be out before Thanksgiving.
So you get the paint on the interior. Any run into any issues with that? Because I know that sometimes painting the inside of those boxes can be a little problematic. But
they can on the inside, but what we're doing is we're actually painting them and then letting them air dry for 5 days.
Okay.
Wanted to let a lot of those ammonias and the paints dry off. This isn't a normal lacquer finish like you'd see on some of the other boxes that are out, or like we do. Those boxes are done with a lacquer paint like you do on a car. They're literally a car enamel paint, so you need to let those air dry. This is more of a paint, normal stain paint. So it doesn't have a lot of those fumes and ammonias in them, or the aromas. So these shouldn't affect them at all, because I don't smell anything. I haven't when they were doing.
I didn't notice anything, obviously, but I just saw that. I just noticed, it's the inside's painted. That has been problematic for people in the past.
It has.
But it makes for a really sharp box.
When something like that happens, you got to listen and take proaction. So we're now letting them dry at least 5 days to get those vapors out.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it just backs, like you can see, it just backs those up. The nice Nicaragua, now you got a Connecticut.
Yeah.
But that's all the new stuff we have here at the show.
Well, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us. Really appreciate it. You got a lot of stuff happening.
We do. We've got some exciting stuff happening. We hope you all enjoy it. I do appreciate you coming by the booth and taking a look at those, and I hope you guys enjoy them out there.